If Mac Jones was in San Francisco, he would be playing like Brock Purdy.
I actually agree.
Oh, God, no.
Yes, dude.
No, there's no chance. He'd be better than he is. But if you think he's going to play like Brock Purdy,
Rex,
you haven't paid attention to Brock Purdy.
I think, they brought me here to play as a backup, and that's my job. And Brock's the starter of this team, and right now he's dealing with something.
I want some different shit. I might just hit your... What's up, y'all? I'm Darren Randall. Welcome back to Let It Be Known. And once again, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. It looks like we have a quarterback controversy once again in San Francisco. If you haven't heard the news, Brock Purdy is out dealing with turf toe, and Mac Jones just pulled one of the biggest upsets I've ever seen. To really understand the danger that Brock Purdy's in, we have to rewind the clock. In 2021, the San Francisco 49ers were officially done with Jimmy Garoppolo. They had the 12th pick in the draft, and many reports were speculating that they would indeed be drafting Mac Jones, which I don't think many fans were too excited about, including myself. Going from Jimmy G to Mac Jones just felt like Jimmy 2.0. There's nothing about Mac's game that jumped off the board. He's not athletic, he's not fast, and nor does his arm just jump off the screen. So when the 49ers instead traded the number 12th pick in the draft to jump up to the number 3, it gave a new boost of excitement throughout the organization. Unfortunately, as we know, they would draft Trey Lance, which didn't pan out, and after just 2 seasons, he was traded to the Dallas Cowboys for a 4th round pick. I won't say he got the fairest of chances, but the 49ers were in win now mode, and Trey Lance dealt with injuries in his first 2 seasons, opening the door for Mr. Irrelevant Brock Purdy, who, looking back at it now, really saved their ass. If you think about it, in his first 2 seasons, he took the 49ers to 2 NFC championships and a Super Bowl. 2024 undoubtedly was a tough season for Brock, but the entire roster also got depleted that season dealing with injuries. Now let's fast forward to this season. Brock Purdy wins the first game in Seattle, but will get diagnosed with turf toe, forcing him to miss time shortly after the game. This gave newly acquired quarterback Mac Jones an opportunity to start in his first game ever as a San Francisco 49er, which many believe should have been the quarterback originally selected in 2021, and it's almost funny how much unnecessary hate Mac Jones has got throughout his career, considering he was drafted by the New England Patriots, with head coach Bill Belichick being on his last leg. Still, Mac Jones was solid in his first year. He recorded 3,800 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 13 interceptions, while also earning a Pro Bowl selection in his rookie season, proving exactly why he was drafted in the first round. Mac Jones' career did, however, take a turn after that season, as his numbers would decrease to 14 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. But what everyone fails to mention is Mac went from Josh McDaniels as the OC in 2021 to Matt Patricia, which is the defensive coordinator. Now with the San Francisco 49ers, Mac Jones has Kyle Shanahan, one of the greatest offensive minds the league has to offer. And in the 3 games Mac has started, he's played exceptional. He has 6 touchdowns, 1 interception, and a 3-0 record. Not only that, but he knocked off the Los Angeles Rams, a team that was favored to win the NFC West and blow out the Niners, considering they were missing Jawan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, and many other key players to go along the list. Mac Jones has gave this team hope by bypassing the injuries, leading the 49ers to the best record in the NFC. And this has led fans to question, why did the 49ers pay a guy $53 million when you could have just signed Mac Jones, who was not only cheaper but better? So that leads us to the question, is Mac Jones really better than Brock Purdy? I'm gonna say hell no. Although I do understand the talk. Every quarterback that has played under Kyle Shanahan's system has succeeded, even someone as trash as Jimmy G. But I think fans see 3 wins and automatically wash out everything Brock Purdy has done for the organization. Neither quarterback is perfect, they both have their own flaws, but what separates Brock from Mac is not only his anticipation, but his scramble ability to make something out of nothing. We've literally seen this guy make 2 comebacks in the biggest games of his career against the Lions and the Packers, which in both games his legs were the difference. Brock has an it factor that no one can describe. He's not the biggest, not the strongest, not the fastest, but he has that it. We can mention the weapon, scheme, coaching, and whatever else you want to bring up, but what we can't take away is in the biggest stages Brock Purdy has consistently showed up, and that's included in the Super Bowl. And I say this with no shade to Mac. He's a great player that's earned a chance to start next year, but the sample size is very small. He's beat the Saints, Cardinals, and Rams, which is great, but it's all been through the system. He hasn't been asked to go out there and make a play when Kyle's not on top of his game, which doesn't change the fact that he's a dog. He beat a very good Rams team with 1 freaking leg, and if the Niners turn back the clock and drafted Mac, I'm sure he'd still be the quarterback right now, but Brock Purdy's the guy, and that's the end of discussion. So let it be known below, if you're Kyle Shanahan and the San Francisco 49ers, are you giving the keys back to Brock Purdy, or are you going all in with Mac Jones? As always, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Subscribe for more. We gone.